Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the week that was. My name is Jude Newcomb. It's great to have you here. Uh, every once in a while, we'd like to have on a guest from the team that can talk about different developments and updates from different realms of the Metrix ecosystem. And our guest today, you have seen and heard him on the program before. He's one of our developers. Squid is here with us today, and he's going to go over a bunch of different developments to Metrix, including AirCrypt and Metroverse and all sorts of things. So with no further ado, let me bring in Squid and let's see how he's doing. Squid, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Cool, cool. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm excited to talk to you today because the last time that we had you on was during the phase 1 launch of Metroverse, and we did a nice walkthrough for people. You showed them kind of different aspects to uploading collections, and a lot has happened since then, not just in Metroverse, but yeah,
Right.
that's kind of like we're gonna go through like a bunch of different topics and try and do some rapid fire updates and if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's
Cool.
go.
Cool. The first thing is the wonderful project AirCrypt. For people that are new to the project, do you want to talk a little bit about AirCrypt and how it came to be and maybe where we're at in the process of its development?
Yeah, it's sort of evolved from its original concept into something a little more complex. But it started out as an idea to make a sort of hardware wallet and then like have something built into it where we can have like Web3 access from it via an internet connection of sorts, but without having it have an internet connection directly, where it would use like another device like or Wi-Fi or so. But yeah, it evolved from there. I don't know if anyone's familiar with like what a Tamagotchi is, but that was originally sort of the thought behind it, and then it turned into something a little more uh interesting, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're working on updating the CPU used to a newer chip which just came out, which opened up more possibilities for us. It has I don't know how much more RAM it has, but it has 8 MB of RAM compared to having less than a megabyte of RAM before, which is a
Yep.
huge difference.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, 8 MB of RAM might not sound much, but with that, you should be able to play Doom on it at least.
That's yeah, that's that's really cool. Yeah. And
Yeah, that's one of the goals. But like aside from that, like hooking into like Web3 with it as well.
right, right. So so you're upgrading the CPUs is going to open up a lot more possibilities not only on your end with developing the device, but also for people that want to use it to build and
Right.
create different applications for it as well.
Yeah, with the more RAM available and the better like architecture that it has now, it definitely opens up more possibilities.
Right, right. So I also noticed that you've been doing a lot of planning of how the actual device is going to be built, or kind of the layout of where all the pieces are going to go within the device, and
Right.
it seems
Keep
like a big puzzle.
keep shuffling that around. I'm on Rev 11 of the board
Mm,
already. So it's most of that revisions is just shuffling stuff around on the board and then rewiring it. But it takes time to do, and it's like a tedious task right there.
yeah. And then once that reroute or the layout is complete and you have the new CPUs in, what's kind of the next steps after that?
It would be assembling them and sending them out to the other developers so they can continue working on the software. Because right
Cool.
now most of them are still waiting on getting a full device so they can work on. I think like a couple of us have like one of the old versions, but it's not the same with the new chips. We're mostly all like a holding pattern, waiting for the new the new dev module to get put together, and then yeah, and then to them.
Yeah, that's really exciting, and then also just for a little bit of background for people, because I've noticed just as a side note, like with the Metrix price, we've it seems like we've gone up in price over the last, I don't know, since the beginning of the month. So actually that's the full month now. Time's flying. But
Yeah, it is.
we might have some new people to the project in general. But like Squid was talking about, it's kind of a handheld device that opens up a lot of possibilities for the user on a bunch of different planes. And but this project was done through a crowdfunder last year, and they opened it up for people to give metrics, and if they donated enough metrics to the crowdfunder, then they were given a token that is worth one aircrypt device when it's released, and
Right.
that's sold out within 30 days. So this was something that the community obviously had a good demand for, and now the aircrypt team is working on it, and it's a third party development on the Metrix network, so it's really exciting.
Right. Right. It's taking a little bit longer than I would like, but we'll get there eventually. Keep on getting sidetracked, fixing issues with metrics and working the Metroverse.
Yeah, which is a great segue. You should have your own show.
I don't know about that. I don't have the time.
Yeah. So like Squid was talking about, there's also updates to Metroverse, so we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so with that being said, here is Metroverse. We have your screen shared for everybody, and you're gonna go over like some of the cool new features and things that you've worked on since phase 2 launched. But before we go into those, it might just be a good idea to give people an update on, phase 2 was basically opening up buying and selling and trading, right?
Right. We open up the market section of phase 2, which would be this section of the site.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have all of our listings for market trades such as auctions or sales. And this is the section that was added recently. And here you can see there's many things listed already halfway through the page. And
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot for sale.
right. So recent changes since then was we recently, click on this one, added we fixed up some bugs in here, mostly the backend stuff, but one of the major things we changed was on the actual token page. It now shows this section, which is market trade info, which will show the current auction or sale, and will give you a link to bring you directly to it.
That's a great feature. I love it.
Simple as that. Also, there was corrections with some of the syncing and caching
Hmm.
of the data from the chain to the actual site. We fixed up some sections up in here, added the collection royalty, added metadata links,
Hmm.
made the token owner a link for one, and just generally some like housekeeping and fixes in there. Aside
Right.
from that, we changed all these icons at the top right. These are from our graphics designer, made them specially for this. And she's been guiding me with looks and tweaks as far as making it look prettier. Recently, we actually updated. If I go here, there we go. This color. This used to be orange, is now yellow. Just minor tweaks like that. Some quality of life things. I
Yeah.
also added lazy loading to all these sections here. I'm not sure if this was fully working before, but it will load 4 at a time, and as you scroll down, it'll just keep on loading more. As long as
Yeah.
it's something to load, it'll just keep on loading.
That is a little bit different from, before, for sure.
Yes, yes. Before, I think you either load all of them at once, and it might have taken a moment. This one will load them in the background, so the
Yeah.
site seems much quicker.
The way you just went through it was so much smoother than it used to be.
Right. I mean, now, like you can just scroll forever, load 4 at a time, and it just keeps loading.
And it's
It's
pretty good.
great.
Like
Yes.
we've had like pretty good growth in collections over the last few weeks. I know like we're looking at this one here, Kiro or Karat. I'm not sure how they pronounce it.
I think it's Karat. Yes.
Yeah, so there's
It's an
Karat.
interesting one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, Gorilla Gains, Pyro Pets,
you have the Metrix Billionaire Journal.
right? There's plenty of
There-
interesting ones in here.
Yeah, there's tons of different things to go peruse through, and also, just the link back to Aircrypt, Pyropets will be available on that when it's released as well.
Right. There's actually Aircrypt tokens somewhere on here. It might be easier to view it from the collection side. this over here, the collections page shows just the collection like routes. So it'll show
Right.
like Pyropats, Metrix name service, existence of word, song get miners. You got the aircraft founder, bad governor, and Gorilla Gains. Yep. And the space frogs. Look at those space frogs.
That I love that one.
Yeah, this turned out really nice.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, that's great. That's great. There's the air crypt one right there to your left.
Right.
So that's the token for anybody that was wondering. That's the token that allows
Is
you to
right, a couple of people added theirs. I do have to fix the metadata provider for the actual AirCrypt site, so it would show the actual token here, but does not seem that it is showing the token. It's just a default image.
right.
It should like on the AirCrypt site on aircrypt.net, it'll show you your image that you uploaded. But the metadata provider to Metroverse, there's a bug in it, and I just have not had a chance to fix that yet.
Cool. So we're with Metroverse right now. It's just more of a maintenance upkeep. I mean, any major plan changes upcoming? We're
Not
just kind of like
not really, just
making sure it's just continuing to be usable because it's great.
right, building it out. We have to add more details for what is it, for the specifically the token info or so on this page. There
Mm,
should be more info such as like the provenance and um history, trade history, market history. There's like some
right.
other options. Also should be like we should have to be able to like it, favorite it, and it should give you a count of such like that.
Yep.
And there should be an option for like reporting and moderation as well. But we haven't had any issues yet, so
Yeah, not
that
yet.
that should be priority soon. But we seem to be going smooth so far.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Thanks for this update on Metroverse. It's been a great new addition to the Metrix ecosystem. Very proud of the work that you put into this. So thank you.
All right. And aside from the other option, other additional features we added was the document section
That's
on
yeah.
Metroverse, which has everything you need to know about doing anything on the site as well.
Yeah, there's tons of information. There's like 10 or 12 different pages that you can read through, and it goes through like pretty much every aspect of the platform.
Right. Right. Oops, this one's coming soon. Of course. There we go.
You
I
picked the
picked the
one that
only
was
one. Here, here is ones that actually are present. So
yeah.
we have a
Uh,
fact. Let's see, there's a frequently asked questions to fill it out. Like, yeah, it's coming along.
fun fact about the frequently asked questions section of any website. When I see it, do you know how I read it?
How do you read it?
I call it the fuck you section. So with that being said, we're gonna move on from Metroverse if you don't mind, and we're gonna jump into the next topic, which is upcoming. So 1 second, we're gonna switch over our screens here. Okay, and here we are over on GitHub. And Squid, do you want to walk us through kind of, I guess maybe how these propose, like what we're talking about, like we're talking about proposed changes to the network and upgrades. Maybe give a little bit of a brief background on how this came about, if you can, and what it entails.
Right. This is sort of based off, I guess, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Qtum improvement protocol system that many other sort of chains uses. Bitcoin started with BIPs, and we went with MIPS, and which stands for the Metrics Improvement Proposals.
Right.
And usually this involves drastic changes to the blockchain, usually stuff involving consensus, and we would like, the community feedback on such things.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can see that in the past we have the original MIPS from some time ago, which corrected some forking issues, and then this was the original patch to the DGP governance system,
Mm-hmm.
and then the BIP 2 was released to correct the DGP system itself,
Right.
which we did a few months ago, several
Yes.
months ago at this point. Yeah, I have no sense of time. But yeah, so the next improvement proposals that we have coming up are involving fixing, I guess, again, the DGP system as we've discovered a sort of bug in it that we did not notice before. And what the bug involves is it's preventing EVM calls, such as when you want to do a trade on Metroverse, from happening in a timely fashion. So this bug is causing transactions that involve EVM calls to be delayed sometimes for like an hour.
Right.
And MIP5 is the upgrade to DGP version 3. And
Right.
that will change the chain over to be version 3 of the DGP, which has the fixes in it to allow the blockchain to process properly. And
Mm.
then the MIP after that, which would be MIP6, right? Let me just check. Okay, MIP6. That one is to remove the legacy code, which is currently keeping the governance system actually sort of running at the moment, because
Mm.
the way the reward is, or the governor winner is being selected is where the bug is. And oh, the new governor gets stuck for 48 hours when added to the DGP. So when you register a new governor with the system, it
Mhm.
gets stuck for 48 hours and it blocks the entire system up. And everybody else is waiting for them essentially to come to the front and to mature for 48
Right.
hours. It's waiting
Mm.
for them to mature. And on top of that, the EVM calls are being delayed as well. So it's sort of a major bug, and it's due to like legacy code that we sort of left in there. But MIP6 is what would remove that legacy code.
Right.
MIP5 is what would fix the DGP version. It would upgrade it to version 3, which would fix the bug. And I'm going backwards here. And then MIP4 would be to actually like fix the BIP9 upgrade mechanism, which is what we're using to do these soft forks, which allows for
Right.
there to be consensus within the blockchain and the community as to what upgrade is picked. As in, just by running the wallet software, you're signaling to the network that you are ready and willing to essentially upgrade to this path. And then once enough of the network upgrades, approximately 95% over the course of a week,
Mm.
it will trigger in the upgrade and lock it in.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Is what the BIP9 mechanism is,
I
which is
see.
from Bitcoin.
Yep. So what it
Long
seems, yeah,
tangent.
what it seems like is that a lot of this deals with the governance system and how fluid it works, and time lengths that pertain to how it operates, and how coins mature,
Right.
especially when governors go live, and waiting for them to mature. It kind of bogs down the whole system, and a lot of these updates look into remedying that.
Right. So if anyone has any comments or suggestions or notices any other further bugs in any of these proposals and the further code that will be added for them, I mean, please feel free to open a discussion. There's a discussion section on the MIPS. It's just Linda Project Inc. /MIPS. There's a discussion section we have open. This was when we noticed, these are the current discussions. Apparently this has changed since I was last here.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the discussions for MIP5 DGP version 3, and you can see that Nibbles and us have been talking. I made a little diagram of essentially the proposed plan for Metrix Core version 4.2.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be a upgrade that's all done at once. However, the actual MIPS will happen over time.
Right. And being able to participate in this discussion for anybody is super easy. You just have to log into GitHub. The links for all of these discussions are in a couple tweets now at this point on the Metrix Twitter account. And I think also in the Metrix update section for Discord. I'm not positive about that, but they're definitely available on the Twitter account. Or you can just go to the Linda Project Inc. GitHub page and log in, and go to the discussion section, and it's just as easy as writing a comment and
Or
pressing
just
pressing.
leaving a reaction. You could leave a reaction too. Thumbs it up if you agree with it, or just saying, just we know someone else is looking at this.
Yeah, of course. And how long do you suspect you'll have the kind of discussion period open for?
We were trying to get this resolved as quickly as possible, as it's sort of holding up everything else. So it'll probably be open for a couple weeks.
Okay,
Not sure entirely. Nibbles is on vacation at the moment, so when he gets back, and hopefully before then, we will start working on the code for these changes.
great.
But as far as the actual discussion goes, it could be ongoing until essentially we lock them in.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I'm glad that we're able to take something kind of like out of written form, and we're able to show people on like a shared screen like this because it makes it, you know, for anybody that might seem like it's out of their league, it absolutely is not. Like you can go in and you can read this, and you guys, I'm speaking about the developers, are always so open to answering questions if people are confused, and you do your best to try and clear things up for anybody that has questions.
Of course, we're always available. Feel free to message us in Discord whenever we're around or you're around.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
back to you.
Right, right. So, you know, with that being said, I really appreciate the time that you took, Squid. You know, we talked about Aircrypt, we talked about Metroverse, we talked about chain upgrades and governance protocols and all kinds of stuff. Is there anything that, you know, maybe we didn't talk about that you want to mention, or are we good ending the program here?
But I think we're good right here.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for your time. It's always good to talk to you, whether it's in this format or just in chat. You know, thank you and Sexy and Nibbles for all being part of this team, and I'm really excited about the future of Metrics. I think that you know, it's going to be a good rest of the year and leading into 2024. So, um, with that being said, everybody, thanks for spending your, you know, time with me and Squid here. And if you have anything that you'd like to add, please put it in the comments in the video below or on the tweet for this video. If not, you know, always welcome to come into Discord or Telegram to give your comments and suggestions. And yeah, we will talk to you soon. Have a great day.